Hi everybody! Today we are going to be drawing a cute little bee with some flowers in the background. Now, you can have your bee go in whatever direction you want. And we're going to start with some pretty simple shapes. So our very first shape is going to be a circle. And I'm making mine a medium-sized circle. And this is going to be our bee's head. Next, below our bee's head, and so if you want your bee at an angle, you could turn your paper and have the body come like this. You could have your body go like this. You can hold your paper really almost any way you want for this assignment. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make almost another circle, but I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And it's overlapping, so I don't see the whole circle. The head looks like it's in front of the body. At the end of that body, I'm going to add a little triangle. That's our little bee stinger. But he's not going to sting anybody today because he's a pretty happy fellow. So, being that he is pretty happy, I'm going to make two circles. Those are his cute little eyeballs. And then we're going to add a smile. He's a happy bee today. Now, right now, our bee can't fly, and that's a problem. So we're going to add a big bump. And then I'm going to jump over to this side, and I'm going to add a big bump. And if they're not exactly the same, that's totally fine. Mine are a little lopsided. That's okay. And then we're also going to add a smaller bump and a smaller bump. So there are his wings, so he can fly and collect pollen from flowers. Our antenna are going to come up, curl, and then make a little dot at the end. We're going to come up, curl, and make a little dot at the end, and I color it in. Now, our bee is also going to have some stripes, and we're going to follow the curve of the circle because that will help it look a little bit more three-dimensional, and like those stripes are following our bee's body. After we are finished with our bee, who is looking pretty cute, if you want to add another one, but smaller, you could. That might make it look like it's farther away. So I might add one of those. And now maybe across the bottom of my page, so these are up in the air. Now I'm going to add some flowers. So I'm going to start with some ovals. These are going to be the center of my flowers. And I'm going to make 3 ovals going in different directions. And I'm going to say that this one right here in the middle is going to be the one closest to us. So I'm going to work on that one first. So from here, I'm going to make a big loop out. There's one petal. Make a big, oh, almost touches that one, and that's perfect. Now, these are going to look like they're coming right off of the paper, and that's totally fine because that way it helps people think that, oh, wait, there's a bigger garden. And not all of my petals are the same size, and that is totally fine. So there's one big old flower. And then this one, I'm not going to make quite so big, but I am gonna, so notice here, I stop my line at the edge and I make it look like it's going behind this flower right here. So I lift up my pencil or my marker and keep it going. And this one's gonna go off of the paper a little bit too. Then we have our last one. And again, lifting up so it looks like it goes behind the other one. Okay, another thing that you can do is if you want to add petals that are behind these, you absolutely can. You do not have to. It just makes them look a little bit more detailed, a little bit more full. Okay, and then back here I'm going to add a ground line. I am making it close to where my flowers are, but this way I know where to stop coloring the ground and to start coloring my sky. If you want to, you can add a couple of extra lines and kind of show, hey, my bees have been flying. And I leave a space after the stinger, and I go loop around. And it kind of shows you the path on where those bees have been flying. So now that we have our picture all drawn out, now we're ready to start to color. All right, I have finished my picture. And one of the things that I did at the very end was I had left the bees' wings white, which is absolutely fine if that's what you would like to do. I ended up coloring them lightly, so they're a little bit lighter than the sky, and I'll zoom in so you can see a little bit. So they're just a little bit lighter because you can see through bees' wings. And this way they weren't just white, but if you would like to leave yours white, that's fine. So here's my busy bee garden picture. I hope that you enjoyed following along. Thanks so much for watching.